Sonic Unleashed is my favorite Sonic game, and to a lot of other people, this is one of Sonic's worst video games. And to that I say, really? Listen, I know, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse here or anything, but when there are games like Sonic 06 and Sonic and the Secret Rings, Sonic Unleashed is, like, really good compared to them. And if you want to argue on that, that's fine, but just know you're in for an uphill battle. I never understood the burning passion of hate that people have for this game. Like, I know there are some low points, but I'd say the high points completely outweigh the bad. So while I'm not reviewing this game, I would like to stand up for it and defend it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I really love how Sonic Team went out of the classic world formula and giving us places based on real locations, like Apodos, which is based in Greece, or Empire City, which is based in New York. The game really stands out from the rest of the other Sonic games because of how different the world feels. And actually, now that I think about it, Sonic running down the Great Wall of China in the movie kinda reminds me of Dragon Road. Just saying. And speaking of the world, damn, Sonic Team went all out with the graphics on this one. This is one of the prettiest Sonic games ever, and I still think it looks the best out of all the Sonic games. And it's all thanks to the Hedgehog engine. And goddamn, what a fantastic first impression. Due to this engine, we can see all the details Sonic Team put into this world, and it really makes you feel like you are on a world adventure, as if you were going with Sonic and Chip, and it's a really good immersion tactic, and I love it. And my god, Sonic's controls are so good in this game. It really helps when you're platforming and Sonic goes exactly where you want him to go. It's so good. Hell, I don't even mind how the Werehog feels. I know I was just praising this game a lot, but I want you to know I really do love this game. And I'm on the defense squad for it, okay? So now I'm going to try to defend some complaints with this game and see how that goes. Okay, let's start with the Werehog. Never seen a split down the middle argument like the freaking Werehog. While personally I like it, a lot of other people despise the inclusion. You probably all heard every reviewer talk about how if the game was only daytime stages, the game would be perfect. And while I agree to an extent, I don't think the Werehog should be completely thrown under the bus. Sure, if you mash X all the time, yeah, it's gonna get pretty fucking stale. But if you hit the small button known as a pause button and look at the combo list and wow, all these combos you can do. The Werehog actually has a pretty decent amount of combos that can be done. So with a couple button combos, the Werehog's combat can do so much more, making gameplay more experimental. Plus the fucking music used in these levels. Oh my god, it's so amazing. There are these nice jazz pieces. Well, I just like to say, I'd like to... Okay, this is probably one of the most talked about things when discussing the Werehog, but when it plays for the first time, you kind of get into it. Imagine hitting the first enemy patch and you hear that music. Shit. It's about to the excitement that it fills you when you beat these enemies to the beat of the music. You're lying to me if you say that that didn't enhance your style at all. Or maybe that's just me. Okay, yes, the battle music is a bit repetitive, and I know people find it annoying, but I don't know, it's a brighter way to look at it. Now this is something that doesn't really get talked about a lot, and I have no idea why, because I think it's really cool. This game does transitions really well, making the feel of the world and all of its locations connected. After the ending opening cinematic, Sonic is thrusted down to Earth in a normal grassy spot? No, when Sonic turns back to normal, Apodo's Act 1 starts exactly where Sonic landed. But that's not where it ends, because Act 1 is the start of the Apodos area. I know, hold on. You guys are like, yeah, no shit. But the Apodos town is in the background of this level, and when the level ends, you're actually in Apodos. Then after a scene of Sonic and Chip entering Apodos, you're thrown into the hub world, and then after doing all the tasks, you are in Act 3, showing you leaving Apodos. Do you see how cool this shit is? Basically, I'm just trying to say the game does a really good job when it comes to transitions. The world feels bigger when it's done like this, and I just thought it was some cool stuff that Sonic Unleashed does. Or at least that's my interpretation. Another thing I love are these hub worlds. Every location on the continent has a hub world in it, and these are really nice in expanding the world as well. I also love the art style here. The style is perfect for Sonic's universe. In fact, this game looks as good as a Pixar movie. I love how detailed everyone is. Sometimes when I'm playing, I'll just walk around these hub worlds and really take it all in. Plus here in the hub worlds, you have shops and extra missions to do. To do these missions, there are a lot of town folk in the hubs, making the world feel alive. Some will have missions for you to accomplish just by walking up to them and talking to them. Or during the nighttime, you can take pictures of some of them to get a small enemy rush. It adds small replay value to the game. It's optional, but you're going to want to get that XP up. Also, speaking of XP, another thing Sonic Unleashed has is the leveling up system. I really like the inclusion. I've always liked games that made you feel like you were actually progressing in your stats depending on what you choose. To being weak and fragile in the beginning to becoming a straight tank later on. Sonic just gets some speed stats, which are nice and simple, but the real thing is when the Werehog comes into the picture. He has so much more stats to upgrade. There's nothing like completing a certain skill you've been working on for a while and maxing it out. With the Werehog, you really do feel the change the stats bring with him. Another complaint a lot of other people have is collecting the Sun and Moon medals, and I can't really show any footage since I almost got every single one. Now, while these medals are required in order to complete the game, I don't have a problem with these as well. They're scattered around the level, forcing players to explore these levels, letting the player get to know the level better. Some medals are often hidden in secret paths, like other pathways to the goal, or a lot of them are just sitting in plain sight. And if you miss them as the Werehog, then I don't know what to tell you since most of those medals are right in front of you if you explore enough. Just playing the game through, you'll get a good chunk of them. That's another thing. Most of the medals are in plain sight, and at the end of each level, you should have at least enough to continue on. The medals are harmless. I already discussed why I think Sonic's physics in this game are great in a video I did called Decline of the Boost Formula. Everything besides the confidence in my voice in that video is true. So to stop myself from repeating stuff, go watch that video. By the way, my order is Unleashed to Generations to Colors to Forces. That's the official list. Trust me guys, I wouldn't mislead you. I mean, check it out. The real Sonic the Hedgehog commented on my video, see? I love Sonic Unleashed, and it's one of my favorite Sonic games of all time. I pick it up way more than the other Sonic games and try to speedrun the levels as fast as I can. Fun fact actually, Sonic Unleashed doesn't care on how fast you beat the level. Time has nothing to do with your score. Nah, it's actually the checkpoints and how fast you run through them that counts. Just figured I should tell you. I can't say enough on how much I love this game. In fact, I actually have more videos on Unleashed I want to talk about, so I'll save those topics for another time and not in this video. And now, time to bring back this video's meme. Wait, Cyber Cell's back?